what's going on, guys? In Turkey. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today is round 7 of my F1 2016 career mode series on my channel, and we are racing around Montreal today in Canada. This is how the driver's standing looks. I'm 51 points behind Lewis Hamilton, the championship leader, and I'm currently in 3rd place on 71 points. So let's see if we can hopefully improve on that and get a strong points place finished in today's episode. Here are my qualifying goals then. I need to qualify 14th or higher, make sure I qualify above my rival, as always, Sebastian Vettel, and obviously we need to beat Romain Grosjean, our teammate. We are the second driver at Haas, obviously. So with that out of the way, let's go and get into the qualifying one, and hopefully we can get out of Q1, because if you remember in Monaco, well, it didn't go so well at all. Well, I did practice 1, 2 and 3 actually off camera, and the weather was completely fine, which was nice to see, as it was only in practice. Now, however, when we get into qualifying 1, well, a surprise has been set in store, and we are on the wet tyres, and this is soaking wet, and literally it is the UK weather that's come into force today, which is quite annoying, if you ask me. Oh well, we're going to have to make do with it. Dropping on Celine just for now. This is just the warm-up part of our lap. Don't know how we're going to fare, and I don't know if actually we're going to be able to get out of Q1, and hopefully we don't obviously have a recurrence of what happened in Monaco again. That is something we're going to try and avoid, obviously, but I can't see us putting in an absolutely outstanding lap time. We've got Haryanto ahead of us. Well, rear line actually, just seen now. Now joined Sauber, who actually released their car yesterday for the 2017 season. If you're interested in that, that is. I know this is going to be one heck of a slow lap because, I don't know, me in the wet weather, we don't get on in real life, and we're not going to be getting on here. Just, yeah, fact. Already somewhat of a tank slapper. That's definitely going to probably result in me having to do another lap or two here in Q1, because I don't think one run's going to be good enough to get me out of this session, but hopefully I think we've got it in this time around to obviously get out of Q1, but we had that big kerfuffle right there, and that's probably going to add a heck of a lot of time to the lap time that we do obviously enter after we complete this lap. I mean, we're already a 10th down on Massa's lap time. Kimi Raikkonen there, setting the fast lap 129.1. Everyone's just going to be trailing lap time so at the moment, because we are right at the start of the session. I wanted to get straight out and set a lap straight away and see how I'm doing. No DRS obviously, Edges is checking our rain, and I mean I think it'd be a bit dangerous to go against health and safety rules if we had DRS on. It'd probably be quite fun, you know, but nah. Safety first. So our first run then in Q1 is a 130.7. P4. We're above the line, and that's one good thing, we beat a man, but yeah, definitely not a good lap time, I know that for a fact. We'll head back to the garage now then, and see how we do as we move on in the session. As predicted, we're going to have to go on the second run, but on the second run, as you can see, we're now on the intermediate tyres, so looks like the weather is improving. Oh well, I mean, there you go. We're unexpected to stop, so hopefully if we do get into Q2, we're not going to be having to worry about going on a lap around with these tyres on, because, you know, they're not the best of tyres. It's an absolutely stonking lap on. And we do definitely need a good lap to get out of Q1 here, because we're only in 16th at the moment, and that is pretty much the hinges of keeping in and advancing into Q2. So we want to try and obviously get ourselves some breathing space and to get away from this bottom part of the leaderboard. Palmer's just come out, so hopefully he gets out of our way, knowing we are on a fast lap, and he does indeed. Good on him. I know some drivers in the real world in F1, they just don't, and other drivers get kind of annoyed, but no need for me to get my hair off right there. Julian getting out of the way. Hopefully that will allow us to set a better lap time now that the conditions are slightly improving and that the rain is going to stop, which is good to see. Didn't look like we had that much of a bad tank slapper through there, like we did in our first run in Q1 here. But I do like this track as well, it's one of my favourites as well. But obviously the Wall of Champions that we do want to try and avoid. Everyone who's crashed into it actually turns out to be a champion, hence the name. But I don't think we're going to be winning the World Championship, and hopefully we're not going to actually run into the wall. Or maybe if we do, it'll give us some luck to win this championship, who knows. Anyway, still no DRS obviously, as it's still wet weather conditions, so to speak. Vettel set at 126.5, so that's the benchmark, but it doesn't really matter where you end up finishing above 16th in this session. I think this is a better lap. Anyway, I don't want to jinx myself. it's looking like it's been a better lap, and it's feeling like it's been a better lap. Where's that going to put us then? That puts us from 17th up into 4th place. There we are. So us actually staying in the garage and waiting for the track to become drier actually pays off, and we're up to 4th place, 127.8. I know there's only 3 minutes left of this session, but I'm sure that's good enough to get us into Q2. And good move I made right there, advancing time forward and waiting until the conditions got a bit better. Don't say that I actually predicted that, because I actually didn't. We're just on the 21st. He's going to have to do another lap for sure. The track's busy as well, so it's good we actually got that time in. As long as we don't fall out of the top 16, I don't think we're going to. I think that's a good enough lap. And it is indeed. We finished in 12th place. Grosjean beating us right there, but he hasn't overall beat us yet. He'll get in the Q3 actually, because he never tends to. 127.8, 1.8 seconds off Nico Rosberg's time, the now retired F1 World Champion. Let's head into Q2 and see if the track is now fully dry. That'd be nice to see. Well, conditions are improving, but we are still on the intermediate tyres, so nothing really to boast about yet in terms of the weather being as nice as it was in Monaco in qualifying, but still, rain isn't as bad as it was initially. And we've actually got DRS now, which is nice to see as well, so obviously the conditions aren't as bad as they were. I've just literally repeated myself. Oh well, let's drop it down to lean. I know we've got plenty of fuel on board, but there's no need for us to be enriched as we haven't actually had a lap time or anything yet. DRS then wide open. Good to have that. That's going to hopefully make us get a really good time at the end of the session. And we got up to 4th place, but then everyone came out on the inters, and I mean, we ended up finishing all the way down in 12th, which is a bit of a bummer. Thank you very much for getting out of the way, NASA. He's actually on the Ultra Soft. I don't know what is everyone else on the Ultra Softs, because the team was sending me out, and I'm on intermediate, so I don't know. Was I supposed to change them myself? Or, you know, did the team automatically do it for you? I think it does still seem wet in some parts of the track, actually. There are some wet patches also peeing on my camera visor as well, so not really sure why NASA's on the Ultra Softs yet, but maybe that's a good shout by Sauber, maybe something we should consider. I'm not too sure at the moment. It's too early to call, I think. Caveat Sending 128.3 was up there as well. The guys who put in lap times as ended at Q1. We might actually have to go on to the Ultra Softs actually, because I don't know, if depending on what type of lap time NASA puts in, maybe we're on the wrong tyres. I can see Harrianzo is still on the intermediates. I don't know if he was just trying them out. I think that's might be where we're going to have to go now. We're going to have to probably switch to the Ultras, because I think it'll probably put us in a nice position on the correct, obviously, tyres that we need to be using. So I don't think it's going to be a competitive lap, because we aren't on the tyres that are going to provide the best results. So, and we said a 128.4, so I'm not sure if that's good or not. Going to have to obviously see. I'm not going to set another lap time, and we're going to head straight back to the garage now. Finally, nice weather has arrived and bestowed upon us by the F1 gods. We're now on the Ultra Soft tyres, and we've got a bit of work to do at the moment. We are in 13th, and obviously not good enough, that isn't, to get out of Q2 and for us to get into Q3. Something I don't think has actually happened now for about a race or two, so yeah, do need to improve. And I'm glad, obviously, to see that the nice conditions have come upon us. So the question is now, can we use these conditions to our advantage and get out of Q2? Obviously, one negative getting into Q3 is the fastest lap time I put on these tyres Well, I mean, I've just come out of the garage, man. Give me a brief second. What I was trying to say is, one negative, obviously, getting into Q3 is the quickest lap time I put on these tyres will result in me having to start on these tyres in the race. And, if I do like 5 or 6 laps, that's going to definitely wither them, to say the least, come race day. But, I'd like to get into Q3, even with that negative on top of the, getting into Q3. Because like I said, I don't think we've been in there for like 2 or 3 races now. But we got into Q2 in this episode, so we definitely done much better than we did in Monaco. I mean, the weather wasn't even bad there. I just had an absolutely awful running qualifying. Just things that happen, I suppose. Didn't do too bad actually on practice when I was doing that off camera. But we're on camera now, so I think it all changes now that people are going to be watching you. I think I might have to put another lap in here, because I don't know if this is going to be good enough to even get us out of 13th. Wait, I'm on 14th now, actually. Nope. I said a 118.0. It's good enough to get me out of 14 and up to 11th, but I've already dropped down actually from 11th. Harriento sets a good lap time there. Vettel's on a super soft tyres. Maybe that's the tyre everyone should be on. I'm not too sure, but he's down 13th at the moment, so yeah, there's that. Although he's not there anymore. He's like, no, I'm not. And there we are. He's obviously our rival, and we need to obviously get above him, or he's going to be winning the second rivalry that I have up against. I don't even know why they paired me up against him, to be honest with you. I mean, he's in a much better car than me. Definitely a better driver than me, that's for sure. But we are still above him in the Drivers' Championship, so maybe they can see some potential. Got to set a better lap time here because I'm not getting out of Q2 at this rate. Yeah, I know. I mean, I can see you're not really motivating me that much, pal. You're like, come on, man, you can do it. Like, nah, you jumped into P15, mate. no extra support. I mean, I know so we need to get to the top 10, but you know, pal, that's self-explanatory. I know that. So now we're down to 16, so, you know, eek. That's all I got to say to that. Everyone's setting laps time. The track's obviously rather busy. Oh, we're going to have to definitely do one as well. We set a 117.1, so it's better than a 118 that we set, and that puts us up to 15, but we are still 2 seconds off where we need to be at. I mean, even Grosjean's in the top 10. Or Roman, I mean, I'm not out-qualifying Roman at this rate either, and I think I've done that for all these episodes of this series so far on my channel. So yeah, definitely got a lot of work to do here. Or we're going to be starting near the back of the grid again. Carrick's in behind us and Harrian's in front of us. On the leaderboard right there. I don't mind doing all these laps. I mean, I suppose I have to if I want to. Nice repetition there. If I want to get out of Q2. We're 1.4 seconds off there. We were quicker than we did last lap around there. That's what the Delta was showing right there, which is good to see. Now it's pretty much a sprint to the line. Hopefully we nail the Wall of Champions part of the track coming up. Did hit the wall there. Hopefully didn't hinder the lap time I'm going to get. Didn't cause me any damage though, thankfully. I've just completely cut that corner. Wow. Oh, well. Q3 is going to be interesting. We set a 116.6 again. Another good lap in terms of us improving our initial lap time, but not good enough still to get out of Q2. We're 12th though. So, getting closer, but still not there. We're going to have to put in what is now our 5th run. I mean, I expected this to happen. I mean, now we're on expert. There's not going to be one run and I'm sorted, because, you know, this is expert after all. I think it adds to the challenge. In a car that, you know, this has, it's not very quick. Isn't going to be as easy as winning races like we have done so far this series. So the checkered flag is out. This is going to be our last run, so I mean, it's now or never. We can't cross the line and expect to do another one, and as you can see, we've only actually got 2 minutes to complete our lap time, but we're going to get there in 2 minutes, so nothing to worry about that. Question is, though, is this lap time good enough, or are we going to be sticking in 12th place and starting 12th on the grid? We're above where the team wants to finish, but I want to get into Q3. Well, I appreciate where they want me to finish, but I feel I can do better. Nailed that corner right there, which is good to see. Did a lot better than I initially did. Is this good enough, though, to get into Q3? We're going to have to find out. No, is it? Nope. No, I mean, just no. 12th place. I don't know if we improved or not. We said a 116.6. So we were 1.6 seconds of Hamilton's lap time, but almost got the better of Perez. We were, 3,000th of a second off him. But that is the lineup for what's going to be happening in the race then. I'm starting in 12th place behind Verline in front of Nasser. Didn't get into Q3, but it's not a bad run considering we're an expert, and not a bad effort either. Let's get into the race and see how we fare, and let's see what our race objectives are as well before that. 114 resource points comes our way then after beating the team's expectations, although Vettel now leads the rivalry 20-30 in comparison to us having 7-30, so we're going to have an absolutely amazing race here, or we're going to be losing this rivalry again. I mean, it's as straightforward as that. Oh well, 14 or higher, sorry, done, but we did lose out to Roman Grosjean. He's starting like, 9th or something. Fair play to the guy. got into Q3 for like the first time probably.
I have some information
Our session goal then,
keep in mind.
we need to finish 14th or higher, place higher in the race standings than Romain Grosjean and obviously Vettel. Right there. Drivers' Championship target still as it is 15th or higher, and yeah, that's what we need to aim for, and let's get into the race and see if we can beat those objectives and perhaps even finish above Vettel, although I think that's quite unlikely. Here we go then, it's race time. Starting from 12th position behind Verline and ahead of NASA. We are away here then in Montreal in Canada, and let's see how we do in the first corner. Don't want to take it too aggressively, and you know, like Jeremy Clarkson would, so you know, we're going to be nice and James May as we get to the first corner. There we are, Captain Slow doing a great job. Although I have Haryanto looking to overtake me, and if he overtakes me I might end up quitting, because it is Haryanto. Nothing against Indonesian obviously. If you watch F1 you'll see what I mean. Grosjean in front of us, our teammate, and he's the only car separating us from getting into the points. Raikkonen out of this race already, so you must have had a bit of a kerfuffle or something. The Icelandic international, who would probably say that his reaction to him going out was that he spun, if you know the joke. Just got to make sure we can keep up with Grosjean here. You know, I know this is wrong, going for a lunge. And there we are, the two Hasses going neck and neck, so to speak. Grosjean's going to get the better of me, and he's been an absolute savage and just shoved me off the track. And my life is over, I've been overtaking my Haryanto. I'm not quitting though. I know I said I would, but I'm not going to be stuck behind his ass for long. Job done. Fortunately, PEG 18 language was needed to be used there. I'm going to apologise to my younger viewers. Yes, we ain't going to be for long, pal. I hope anyway. Because obviously one of our challenges that we need to obviously try and meet and need to obviously beat is the guy in front of us, Romain Grosjean. And hopefully we can finish in the points, like we did in Monaco. But I mean, it might just be another case of there's only going to be a point that we're getting. And we're going to hope, and obviously have to hope, that Vettel doesn't have some sort of outstanding race, because I'm not catching him, I can tell that for a fact already. This is the part of the track where I managed to get past Grosjean, but he kind of shunted me off the track, so to speak. So no, unfortunately I wasn't able to keep the position, but I'm going to go for the lunge again. This is pretty much the exact same what happened last lap, but I think this time around Romain isn't going to be able to get past me, and I've got a roughly good exit right there, and looks like I'm going to be able to hold on to this position for now. Keeping it in rich just for now, I'll drop it down to standard as we reach the end of this straight. Oh my god, what the heck happened there? Well, we've had some contact with Grosjean, he's facing the wrong way. Oh my. Oh. Right, we finally took that part of the track correctly for once, and we got over that kerfuffle. Look how bunged up all these guys are. I mean, this is like probably first ninth or something. They're all so close one with one another. Well, I'm saying first to ninth, probably second to ninth or third to ninth. Actually, that I've just seen. Kvyat's ahead of us then. The Russian, now it's Toro Rosso. After being demoted from Red Bull. Well, with Max Verstappen. Which is probably quite embarrassing of him, considering Verstappen's age and his age. But, you know, he is about as useful as the monkey in a shoe in the car on times, even though I'm saying that, which is quite contradictory, as I am a fan of Daddy Kvyat. Which is quite sad that I've just pretty much mocked him. Oh well. That aside, hopefully Kvyat won't mind if I just launch one on his inside in the coming laps or something like that. I'll bump up to Rich Mix because Roger's going to have DRS, and the last thing I need is my teammate launching down the inside. I'm sticking the car in a good place. He's going for the manoeuvre. I really wouldn't if I was him, but he does. And yeah, we're going to have him all over our backside again now as we go on to the start-finish straight as we enter the penultimate lap of the race. Yeah, there's 1.4. Exactly. I need to get out to that 1 second. I need to get above the 1 second gap, because obviously if I do, that will result in me getting out of DRS range, and then, you know, hopefully that will result in Grosjean single time, which is what I'm after. I know it'd be nice, obviously, for both the Hasses to get points, but you know, we can't both share a point, you know, unless we split it in the middle and I'll get half the points and so he can get half the points, but you know, that doesn't work in F1. I'm losing time to Kvyat though, so it might just be time, you know, to park the bus, go Chelsea mode, and just sit back. But I want to try and catch up to Kvyat, because I would like to get more than 1 point, because I don't think we've had a good point scoring finish since like Bahrain, which was like, what, round 3 or something like that? And you know, we finished 5th there, we did, so that was a good point scoring finish. But since then it's been, you know, 11th, 10th, and it's still 10th at the moment as well. One exceeding track limits right there. We're going to have to behave ourselves. We're going to be in a bit of trouble if we carry on. Before I go ahead and give this another a go in the chance, sorry. I had a heck of a kerfuffle as we went into this first corner. So the gap's closing on Kvyat right there, but then he's gaining so much time on us. I mean, they're so bunched up ahead of us. We could definitely get more than 1 point here, but it's just about nailing these apexes and making sure we get as close as we can to within the 1 second gap, and then launching one. We might go for it here. Yeah, I mean, right there summed up how close it is. Even Grosjean's getting a bit excited now as well. He wants to get involved in the action. You can get involved after I make a few overtakes, pal. Don't think about anything until then. Last thing I need is finishing 11th and Grosjean getting points. Because, you know, the thing is, I'm actually involved in this championship battle. I know I'm so far behind the Mercs, but, you know, really, if you think about it, I am actually involved. And I'm third. I need to keep Vettel behind me. Got DRS here. This is pretty much the last chance we've got of getting more than 1 point. Kvyat also has it as well. But we're getting in the slipstream of the Russian driver. It's going to be now or never to get P9. We've made a launch on his inside. Then pretty much down to Kvyat. That's smooth. He'd probably say that was a good overtake. Knowing him, he's going to try and get past us, but he's not going to be able to. And it is 9th place here in Canada. I very much doubt that he will. I mean, it's 9th place. We're about as consistent as Danny Kvyat when he doesn't crash. Again, making fun of Danny Kvyat. 9th place, let's see how that does. There's the top 3. Thankfully, Vettel isn't there, even though he is my favourite driver, but hopefully that will result in him staying behind this Drivers' Championship. There we are, we finished in 9th, we started 12th, so we made up a few positions, which is nice to see. We finished 11.3 seconds behind Rosberg. Vettel got 4th place, that's 12 points in, we picked up 2, but we pick up finally, yay, more than 1 point since Bahrain, which is nice to see as well. Verline finished 12th, the position we started the race in. I don't know why I said that, but I thought I would. And we are in 3rd place still, and we are 64 points behind Lewis Hamilton, who leads the Drivers' Championship by 17 points over Nico Rosberg. We are now only 2 points, however, ahead of Sebastian Vettel. In terms of constructors, we hold on to 4th place, 180 points behind Mercedes, but you know, there's more of a chance of me getting to Pluto than actually us catching Mercedes. So there we are, 3rd place. Let's see how our rivalry against Vettel's been. We've probably been smashed, but yeah, well, let's have a look. We pick up 223 resource points right there, and our resource points overall, as we are now obviously the first driver, we get 52 extra ones. And our rivalry against Vettel is 25 to 30 and 11 to 30 in our favour right there, although really it's in his favour as he's absolutely smashing us. But, you know, I think I should get an extra point because I'm still ahead of his ass in the Drivers' Championship, so, you know, unlucky mate. Career score, yeah, I don't know if that's good or not, but it is right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of F26 Dream Mode on my channel. Vettel, as it says right there, is on the verge of winning the rivalry. It's pretty expected unless he has an absolutely pathetic race when we head to Baku for the next episode. I have an absolutely amazing one. No resource points ready to improve the car in any particular way. We might have to consider doing that perhaps at the end of the next episode or something like that. As I said, I'm in 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship, 73 points and 64 points behind Hamilton. But, you know, I'm not catching the Mercs, let's be honest with one another. Constructors, 4th place, what I obviously want is for us to try and stay in the top 5, which would be nice to see for Haas, but Williams are proving that on X, and it's always likely that Bottas and Massa will finish in the top 10 each race. Grosjean, he may as well just give up because he's not no help, and it's just me getting the points. Oh well, a trophy room. This is our results so far. 5th place in Australia, 2 wins in Bahrain and Sakhir, 5th place in China, and an 11th, 10th and 9th finish in Canada. So if that's the basis to go off, we're going to finish in 8th in Bahrain and so on and so forth. Anyway, next week's episode should be a very interesting one. We're heading to Azerbaijan and Baku. Probably going to see me crash into the castle section a lot, but I look forward to that for next week. And yeah, let's just take all the other episodes done in the series so far. I've been the Entertaining Turk. Thank you very much for watching this video. And yeah, a 9th place finish in Canada. Not too bad if you ask me. Until next week, not me uploading next week. And I'm uploading now on Thursday. Until next week for this series, peace. We pick up 223 resource points right there. And our resource points overall, as we are now obviously the first driver, we get 52 extra ones. And our rivalry against Vettel is 25 to 30 and 11 to 30 in our favour right there. Although really it's in his favour as he's absolutely smashing us. But, I think I should get an extra point because I'm still ahead of his ass in the Drivers' Championship, so unlucky mate. Career score, yeah, I don't know if that's good or not, but it is right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of F26 Dream Mode on my channel. Vettel, as it says right there, is on the verge of winning the rivalry. It's pretty expected unless he has an absolutely pathetic race when we head to Baku for the next episode. I have an absolutely amazing one. No resource points ready to improve the car in any particular way. We might have to consider doing that perhaps at the end of the next episode or something like that. As I said, I'm in 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship, 73 points and 64 points behind Hamilton. But I'm not catching a Mercs, let's be honest with one another. Constructors, 4th place. What I obviously want is for us to try and stay in the top 5, which would be nice to see for Haas, but Williams are proving that on X, and it's always likely that Bottas and Massa will finish in the top 10 each race. Grosjean, he may as well just give up because he's not no help, and it's just me getting the points. Oh well, a trophy room. This is our results so far. 5th place in Australia, 2 wins in Bahrain and Sakhir, 5th place in China, and an 11th, 10th and 9th finish in Canada. So if that's the basis to go off, we're going to finish in 8th in Bahrain and so on and so forth. Anyway, next week's episode should be a very interesting one. We're heading to Azerbaijan and Baku. Probably going to see me crash into the castle section a lot, but I look forward to that for next week. And yeah, let's just take all the other episodes done in the series so far. I've been the Entertaining Turk. Thank you very much for watching this video. And yeah, a 9th place finish in Canada. Not too bad if you ask me. Until next week, not me uploading next week. And I'm uploading now on Thursday. Until next week for this series, peace. What a great race that was. What?
You've done something wrong.
What?
You said a win in Bahrain and Sakhir.
Oh well. Oh, Bahrain and Sakhir, they're the same place. Oh my god, I'm such a well. It's like I said.
And then you said 11th, 10th, 9th, so that must mean we're going to finish 8th in Bahrain.
Did I really?
Yeah.
We're going to do Bahrain again, hey. Oh, yeah, where did you finish in Bahrain?
When I finished Bahrain. Well, let me tell you.
No, Baku.
Baku.
Okay, tell me your record then. Up to where I am.
That was 9th.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
Then I bumped her up to hard.
Yeah.
That's why I finished 9th.
Next.
12th.
Mm.
And 10th.
Well, Baku?
In Baku, I finished 8th.
Was it hard? Did you crash?
No, I didn't crash.
Do you reckon I'm going to win that rivalry?
Nope.
Can I?
Yeah.